The meteorologist Tim Root with your KLEK 102.5 forecast. Mostly sunny skies, temperatures approaching 90 this afternoon, and it looks like a northwest wind 5 to 10. 60 overnight, mostly clear, almost calm. It'll be cooler tomorrow, that's good news. Mid to upper 70s, mostly sunny skies, a northeast wind 10 to 15. Low to mid 80s Saturday, partly to mostly sunny. Could be a thunderstorm Saturday night. A few showers and thunderstorms are possible Sunday, a blend of sun and clouds back into the mid-80s. Jonesboro, that's your KLEK 102.5 FM weather.
From Feature Story News in London, I'm Ollie Barrett. North Korea says it's test-fired a new ballistic missile capable of being launched from a submarine. The UK government's urging the EU to engage with Brexit proposals it has delivered to Brussels. Hong Kong is reportedly about to announce a ban on face masks being worn at public gatherings. Germany is celebrating 29 years since reunification, with living standards in the East still lagging behind the rest of the country.
It's 9:01.
Community Conversations is brought to you by Arkansas Early Learning, offering no-cost childcare in Jonesboro and Northeast Arkansas. Applications at arearlylearning.org.
Arkansas Early Learning is a nonprofit organization.
KLEK LP Jonesboro, the voice of Arkansas Minority Advocacy Council. It's now time for Community Conversations, a program focusing on the people working to make the Jonesboro community a better place, while offering viewpoints from all sides of the issues. The views expressed in this program are those of the participants and do not necessarily reflect the views of KLEK 102.5 FM, the voice of Arkansas Minority Advocacy Council, or our underwriters or sponsors.
Good morning, everyone, and happy Thursday to you. I hope that you're having a great start to your day. You're tuned in to Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM. My special guest today is Reverend Dr. Greg Ota.
Good morning.
From New Life Empowerment Development Center. And slash ministries. Yes. So thank you so much for joining me today.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
All right, so today we're going to talk about the computer lab and the many services that you offer that go underutilized in this community. And again, they are free.
They are free.
They are free.
Absolutely free.
And so if you are in need of computer classes of any kind, I know I've been saying this for 2 years that I need to come take Excel lessons. But
we still there.
I want to say good morning to Ms. Lachey Robinson. This is Good Morning Q and Reverend Ota. Thank you.
Hello, Ms. Robinson.
Thank you for joining us. Maybe you can get across in some classes after school. So let's just start from the top and work our way down. Okay. What ages do you serve? And give us the time frames of your classes.
Okay. Well, right now we serve anywhere from 7 upwards.
Okay.
The reason we'll feed the kids, if they are below 7, depending on the circumstances.
Okay.
We don't have a feeding program, but we like to help the kids. Most of them don't have meals at home.
Okay.
So we like to provide some kind of meal when they come to the lab. So if we have enough food, we'll feed the 5, the 4-year-olds. Okay. But ordinarily it's from 7 upwards. Because then at 7, they can take instructions on what to do on the computer. So from 7 onwards officially. We do have some adults also who come to either renew or create a resume or just brush up on some things or learn anew some of the programs that we teach. So in the computer lab, you asked me about my hours. I'm there. I've already been there this morning. Okay. I was there by 7:30.
Oh, wow.
Then I had to go home to do something. Then I came here. Then I go back to the lab. So I'll be there till about noon. I take a break, go home for a little while, then come back. So I'm always there.
Okay.
Right now, we have a couple of students from the Housing Authority, the Family Sufficiency Program.
Okay.
They are coming to learn skills in Word and Excel and PowerPoint and anything else we can teach them to help improve their chances of getting a better job than what they are now. So anyone who needs any help in any type of software that we can teach will help. Right. We don't charge.
And then you also, I know in previous conversations we discussed, you teach the across the various operating systems. There's, of course, the Windows. Is it Windows?
There's Windows.
And then there's the iOS, which is Mac. And then is there another operating system that's available?
There's several.
Okay.
But we'll deal with Mac and we'll deal with Windows.
Okay.
Those are the two primary ones we teach, and we have Mac machines in the lab.
Okay.
Well, 2 laptops that are Mac, and the rest is PC.
Okay.
So we're able to dabble a little bit in any other system, at least to get your feet wet.
Okay. Now, do you work with students on, just say they're going from one job to another, and the operating system is different, so do you help them learn how to transition?
We haven't done that yet, but if anybody asks, yes, we can help them. And what we could do, there's a department in ASU that we could ask for help. They can send us some kids. Also, in the Nettleton school system, I've gone and introduced myself to all the school systems in the area, Nettleton, Jonesboro, and they have East Labs.
Yes.
Okay. They are willing to help us in anything we need them to help us do.
Awesome.
So what we don't know, we can call them and they can help us.
Maybe they can put together a promotional video, just highlighting the programs that you offer.
I saw the one they did for the radio. I'm interested in that too. Yeah.
Shout out to Nelton High School East program. They are amazing. And the videos they did for us for the fund drive, that was unsolicited. They decided we want to do something nice for you all. So.
But that worked. And I even saw myself in the video, and everybody else who's ever had anything to do with it. It was a pleasant surprise.
So definitely utilize the young brains around here, and we want to see more students also take advantage of the classes you have to offer, because the way the workforce is transitioning, you need to have a good working knowledge of all the different programs that are available, because now on most applications they will ask you, what are your skills? What programs have you used? And sometimes that can make or break whether you get a job or not.
Right.
If you cannot list the programs that you used.
Not only listing, they can say, based on the type of job you want, they could stick you in front of a computer and say, hey, I need you to type me a letter that says X, Y, and Z. Do you even know how to turn it on? Do you know what to look for in the computer to even type even if it's just one line? Because most times all they want to do is see if you can turn on the computer and go to a program. Most times the problems people have is if you give them a computer that is not powered, they have no idea what to do. So we start from the beginning. We explain the brain of the computer, we explain the eyes, we explain the hand, and we explain the finger.
Okay.
Now you want to know what that means, right?
Yes.
Okay, the brain is the CPU. That's where everything is. It's also your file cabinet. That's where everything that you're ever going to need is in.
It's stored in there. Okay.
Okay. The eye is what looks into the brain. That's the monitor.
Okay.
That's how you see what's going on.
Okay.
The hand is the keyboard.
Wow.
And all the letters are there. The finger is the mouse. Because you can take the mouse and go pick one letter.
Okay.
So that's the computer in a nutshell. So when you explain it to someone who's retired, who is intimidated by computer, all of a sudden you pick their interest.
Okay.
Now, here's how we explain. People hear hard drive, they hear RAM, they hear this, and
then
you
I just lose it.
Okay, here's how I explain it. Your hard drive is your file cabinet. Is it a 5-drawer cabinet, or is it a 3-drawer cabinet, or is it 2, or is it just 1?
Okay.
So based on the size of my file cabinet determines how much files I put in it, right? Okay. The RAM RAM represents random access memory.
Okay.
So the file cabinet is the hard drive, the size.
Okay.
The RAM is the random access memory. So this file cabinet has a top. I can take 2 pages of paper and put on the file cabinet top, and it's full. I can't put any more.
Okay.
If I put anything else, it has to knock off something else. That's the random access memory. So the bigger it is, the more pieces of paper I can put on top of the file cabinet and look at the same time. Okay. That's why you have so many documents open. But if you don't have enough memory, you are limited to how many documents you can have open.
So that's why oftentimes computers can run sluggish if you have too many programs running at the
you
same
have too
time.
many programs running and they're pulling on the resources. Your file cabinet is only here wide, it can only take 2 pages, but you're trying to shove 4 pages on it. So it's okay, which one do you want?
I know I now have a computer that is just about 10 years old. I know it's about 10 years old. And
it's time to change it.
It really is, and the screen is cracked. And
Ooh.
So yes, it's on its way out. So now I'm researching finding a new laptop, and so I'm looking into Apple simply because of what I want to do in my career.
Okay.
And just look at the productivity of it all. So do you also help people understand how to pick out the right machine for them, so they're not getting something that's too powerful, too much, doing too much, that they would never utilize and just wasting their money?
I'm not an expert in any of these, but I'm more conversant with the PCs than I am with the Mac. Okay. Like I said, we actually have 3 MacBooks in the lab, and we have 37 laptops, PC based, and we have 14 desktops.
Oh, wow.
Okay. So for a technician, there's a certain machine you need, and there's a certain amount of random access memory you need to be able to run some software.
Okay.
It used to be in kilobytes, then it went to megabytes, now it's in gigabytes.
Yeah.
And now we went from gigabytes to terabytes now.
Yeah.
Okay. So what's happening is some programs are so big that just to load them on your computer, you need a certain amount of memory. You need a certain amount of random access memory. That file cabinet top needs to be really big.
Okay.
I'll give you an example. AutoCAD, I'm a technician, so I can run AutoCAD on my computer, but it cannot have less than 16 gig of RAM. It can't, because I can't run it.
Okay.
I can load it on, but it won't do anything. It just sit there and look at me because it doesn't have what it needs to operate. So for you to buy such a machine is a waste of money. If you're just processing documents and words and all this other stuff, and graphics, computer-aided design, that's the CAD, has graphics in it. That's why it needs that much memory. For you who's just doing videos and all that stuff, you might not need that much, but you'll be close. You probably need at least 12, because the computer is churning so much information to make it appealing graphically so you can see it. Words are simple. 1 letter at a time is nothing. It doesn't. You don't need a powerful machine to do that. So when like you are, so what do you want to end up at? What do you want to do when you grow up?
Well, I want to have a video talk show and a podcast, and maybe develop some other online website. So for you, if you're going to be doing a lot of graphics, the Mac is good at graphics. PC not so well. But when it comes to technical stuff like CAD and all these other technical softwares, the PC will handle it very well. So if you were to get a PC for you, I'll get an i5 or i7. See, that's a whole nother conversation. Like this, trust me, I've been looking at specs and features, and I'm like, okay, I need someone else to help me read all this.
If you're going to be doing, because what they do, they have integrated graphic cards. It's combined with another thing. When you do what you do, you need a separate graphic card that just processes graphics.
Wow. Alrighty.
You get me in the areas I'm not an expert in, so let's go back to software.
Okay, we're going to come back. But we have a comment from Ms. Lachey. She says, I admire Reverend Osa for what he's doing with the youth in the community. Is New Life Empowerment Development Center in need of volunteers?
Yes.
And do they accept donations?
Yes.
And then are the classes for youth only?
No.
No, ma'am. So
I teach 1-on-1. I teach 20-on-1. It don't matter to me. If you want to learn, I'll teach what you want to learn. To the extent that I know.
Okay.
I'm not going to teach you something I don't know.
All right, so let's break away from the tech specs and come back to the program. So many of us are familiar with Word, the Microsoft Suite, which is Word, Excel, Publisher sometimes, and that's PowerPoint. I think those are 4 basic ones.
Yep.
And so then
they have other ones.
They have many other programs, but I think those are your 4 basic ones that comes with even just the office or student version of Windows. And then, of course, depending on, your needs, you can buy bigger packages. So anyway, tell us, let's go start with Word. Give us the breakdown of what Word does.
Okay. A Word document is exactly what it is. It handles the words.
Yeah.
Pictures, it will handle pictures, but you got to know what you're doing.
Okay.
Because it prefers words to pictures. But you can put pictures in if you know what you're doing.
So basically, Word is your typing your term papers, letters, resume, anything that's not too graphically dressed.
Okay. So let me, because the typewriter came and went.
Okay.
Word processing came. The Word document is this. Let's say you wrote a paper, 20-page paper.
Done that.
And it's close to what I want to write. But there are some things you wrote I want to change. But I don't want to go through 20 pages and change all of them. The Word will offer you a feature called replace.
I used that last time on paper.
Okay. So I'll go find the word I want to change or the sentence I want to change. And I tell you what to change it to. You'll go through all 20 pages and find that particular line and change it to what you want.
Let me tell you, I'm really learning and loving some of the new features because Windows is constantly updating their programs.
Yep.
And so
Microsoft, you mean?
They have a way that you can, like, I have to type in APA, which is American Psychological something. Oh God, help me out. Anyways, anyone who's in college know what APA is. So it's a format. And so you can actually set your page before you type one word to type in that format. It applies your indentations, your title line, everything. Also, I'm learning there's this new what do you want to do little link, and I can change the highlight and change the case. It's there's so many wonderful features, and I'm still learning every little looking cranny.
If you, I don't know if they sell them anymore. They used to sell Excel for Dummies, Excel for Word, Excel for this. Them things are big. But by the time, this is for dummies now. That big is for dummies. So could you imagine the one that's not for dummies?
No.
Okay, so these things are multi-layered. They are. Word, I can operate in an advanced level in Word, but I'm not even scratching the surface. But I can handle a document. I could do what I want to do with a document to some extent. And then I have to go for help.
And I love how also there are templates, so they kind of taking the guesswork out of.
Okay, did you know that in Word, I know I'm interrupting you.
That's fine.
Let's say I go in Word, I want to create a calendar. I don't have to format a calendar. When I say Word, new, it will give me a blank sheet and it will give me suggestions. You want a calendar? Do you want a flyer? What do you want? So whatever I want, if I don't see it in the list, I can go in the search and put in flyers. And here comes flyers, all kinds of flyers. So I could pick from them flyers the template I want. Then I could go in there and change the things I want to change to suit me. So that's Word.
So, all right, and these are things that you cover in your classes.
I cover those in my classes. In Word also, like I said before we get off Word, I know the next one is Excel. In Word, I can insert an Excel spreadsheet in Word document. Okay. And I can link it to the Excel document so that every time I change anything in the Excel document, it updates the one in the Word.
Wow. Since we have a short time left in this segment, I want to go into Word a little more, but LaShae has another comment. She said, if I would have known about that feature while attending, I don't know which feature. Tell us what
probably
feature you're
replace.
She
probably talk about replace. Find and replace.
But in Word now, you can invite others to your document.
Not only in Word, in PowerPoint, in any document you create now, you can invite others to contribute.
And you can see real-time changes.
Mm-hmm.
And also, a lot of professors use these features where they add comments. So they will highlight a specific word or portion, and then when you look at it, you see this sideline and these red
or yellow, whatever color you choose to make your comment.
So you'll see these different comments and suggestions from whoever the editor or receiver was of that document. So again, I don't even think we've scratched, like you said, we haven't even scratched the surface of what Word can really do. For me right now, it's just typing term papers 1,000 words at a time. And hopefully I can really dig deeper and get into more of what all it has to offer. I have created resumes and letterheads and things of that nature, but I really want to just learn more. But
one of the things also in Word most people don't know.
We got 30
seconds. Okay. Most people don't know. If I don't know how to write English very well, I write as much as I can. I could turn on the dictionary and the thesaurus, and it will help me.
Really?
And it will show me where my grammar is wrong, where I have a running sentence, where I need to put a comma. Word can do that.
Now, the one thing I wish that it could do, because I run into this, it will highlight a red line, a word or phrase, and it'll say passive sentence, consider revising, but they don't give me any options.
Yeah, because what he wants you to do is think about what you just wrote. It doesn't make sense to it. Did you know there are some other softwares you could download to use with Word?
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, we're definitely going to get into that conversation, but after we come back,
you don't want to go too deep on it.
And Lachey said yes, it was the find and replace.
Okay, I'll figure that.
You're tuned in to Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM with my special guest, Reverend Dr. Greg Ota from New Life Empowerment Development Center. Please stay tuned. We'll be right back after these announcements with more computer-related discussion.
You're listening to Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM. We'll be right back.
Are your compliments often mixed with criticism? I'm Mark Merrill with today's Family Minute. Several years ago, my son came home from his game and asked me, "Were you there for the first quarter of my game, Dad?" I started. I responded, "I didn't get back into town into the game until the second quarter, but you did great." I then added, "But you really need to start eating better." My son was silent. The disappointed look on his face showed me that my criticism had completely crushed the compliment I had given him. What did I learn from this experience? First, I learned that compliments should be strong and specific. Second, I learned that criticism should not be mixed with compliments. For more on why you should not mix compliments with criticism, visit my blog at markmerrill.com. Remember, your family first.
Family Minute is made possible by the Kappa Nu Omega chapter of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, a non-profit organization committed to service to all mankind. Kappa Nu Omega Alpha Kappa Alpha on Facebook and KNOMEGA1908.com.
Family Minute is brought to you by the Gears Foundation, a non-profit organization providing students with assistance in their academic and career pursuits. Gears Foundation on Facebook, Gears_Inc. on Instagram, and the Gears Foundation at gmail.com.
Help keep KLEK on the air. Give now through our Fall Fund Drive. We are seeking 100 donors to give at least $20 per month, but we are happy with any gift, large or small. Come by our studio at 1411 Franklin Street in Jonesboro. Call us at 870-277-1080 or visit our website, klekfm.org, or you can use Cash App, $KLEKFM, or text KLEK1. Send it to 44321.
Start Starks Auto Plaza at 2829 Red Wolf Boulevard is a proud KLEK supporter, offering luxury pre-owned vehicles sold wholesale to the public. At Starks, we never say no. 870-203-9980. Details at starksautoplaza.com.
Experience the joy with Bishop Adrian R. Rogers, pastor of Fullness of Joy Church, 2120 Thorn Street, Jonesboro, Arkansas, 72401. Wednesday night, Word and Worship, 7 p.m. Prayer Thursday night at 7 p.m. Sunday School, 9:30 a.m. Sunday morning worship, 11 o'clock a.m. And our Sunday night live service at 7 p.m.
And now back to Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM.
Welcome back to Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM with my special guest, Reverend Dr. Greg Otta.
Oh, I like that. I'm special.
Yes. And he is here from the New Life Empowerment Development Center, which is a computer lab that teaches a variety of programs and how to operate the computer, the basics of the computer. And so we finished up the first segment talking about Word. And so now we're going to move into Excel and PowerPoint, and maybe even touch on Publisher, because I think that's a underutilized, underappreciated
Very
program.
much underutilized. People are scared of Publisher.
I love Publisher, actually.
Actually, our church program is done on Publisher every week.
All right.
Pam Kale, Leganzi's wife, she does it for us.
Right. Well, since that one goes underutilized and just unappreciated, let's go ahead and talk about Publisher.
In Publisher you could do books in a Publisher. You could do a trifold brochure. Mm-hmm. You could do a bifold brochure. You could do all kinds of stuff in Publisher. That is easier. Publisher handles it better than PowerPoint or Word or any other document. Mm-hmm. It is designed for publishing.
Like flyers
are easier. You could do flyers in Word and PowerPoint, but it's like
much easier
herding cat if you don't know what. But in Publisher, it gives you a handle. You tell it what you want, and it'll give you the panels, and you can insert what you need in those panels, and it'll come out the way you want them. What do you want to do in Publisher? Okay, I want to do a church brochure. What size? 8.5 by 11. Do you want it portrait or landscape? You tell it. How many panels do you want on each fold? Well, I only want one panel per, so it gives you that. So now it's for you to insert what you need in it. Now here's the interesting part. I could change it. Instead of from a bifold to threefold, and it will distribute the panels.
I used to use Publisher a lot when I was working on another nonprofit. We made our own business cards, we made our own postcards, and you could even print envelopes. Like you set up it comes with templates. You plug in the information, you pop your paper or whatever in the printer, and boom, there it goes.
Yep.
It's formatted perfectly.
Yeah, it's formatted, but you have to know how to get to it.
Yes.
That's the problem, because if you don't know, it's intimidating.
Yes, sir.
So Publisher is, I use Publisher quite a bit. For the brochures we turn out and pamphlets and all kinds of stuff. We do it in Publisher.
And I also love how, again, with the templates, it takes the guesswork out of where to put your text. Like it offers you text box placement options. And I guess, of course, you can alter those. You can adjust those to your liking and move them. It's easier to move things around in Publisher versus Word, because in Word you have to take a bunch of extra steps. But in Publisher you have the freedom.
Do you know why? Because it's not designed for that. It's designed for Word only.
Okay.
But if you must put a picture in it, there's extra things you got to do. In Publisher, that's what it does. Handle Word perfectly and pictures perfectly.
Okay. That's awesome. So anyway, I love Publisher, and unfortunately, it's only available on the desktop. I wish there was a mobile version, because I use my tablet.
On Publisher?
There's no mobile version.
It doesn't have that. It doesn't have an app.
So, Microsoft, anyway. if you're listening, big publisher available for mobile, at least for the tablet version. So anyway,
it wouldn't even. Most iPhone is a very, very sophisticated phone. It can read most softwares. Publisher is one of the things it can't read.
No. I've done PowerPoint presentations on my tablet. I've iPad. I've done Excel, Google
Spreadsheet. Yep, you can do all of that.
I've typed a whole paper on my tablet when I didn't have my computer. So, anyway.
Publisher is one of those specialty softwares. It doesn't go everywhere. You can't open it on your iPhone or your iPad. You can't.
Well, hopefully one day in the next 5, 10, 20 years.
But there's a platform most people don't know.
Which is?
Adobe.
Yes.
Okay.
Ooh, okay, yes. Go ahead.
Adobe, they have Adobe now. It's called Adobe DC, where I could take an Adobe, a PDF document, and I could convert it into Word. I could make the changes and put it back as an Adobe.
Right.
So my publisher, that's where I'm going to. If I could take my publisher and convert it into a PDF. If I have a professional Acrobat or DC, I could go in there and make the changes as a PDF file and send it back to you. You can put it back in Publisher if you want to.
Okay. Now, explain why, since you brought up Adobe and PDF and things, explain why PDFs are vital or necessary and why they're useful.
Okay. PDF is portable document format.
Okay.
So it is portable because anyone can open a PDF.
Okay.
Okay. So no matter how big the document is, you can convert it into a PDF.
Okay.
While in a PDF, you can reduce the size. It doesn't reduce. If it's 10 pages, it's still 10 pages.
Okay.
Let's say it's 16 megabyte, and I can upload it. I can save the same PDF to a 6 megabyte document. Now I can send it. Okay. You'll get the same whole document. So portable document format is a platform which the computer world came up with, and Adobe is the owner of it. You could download it for free on any computer, a PDF. So when I send you a document, if I don't know if you have Word or Publisher or PowerPoint or any of these things, there's a feature in every computer that says save as PDF. Now there's another feature. If you can't save it as a PDF, you can print to PDF.
Okay. And one thing I love about Adobe and PDF more specifically, is that it doesn't change. Like once you create your document in Word, Excel, Publisher, whatever, and you save it as a PDF, it doesn't change the format of your document.
No.
And then
it preserves it.
It allows for the receiver not to change the document as well.
You
can. So I love.
Except I have DC.
Okay.
If I have DC or professional, I could go in there and change it.
Okay.
Yep.
And so I love those features about a PDF is that it's almost like it takes a snapshot of your document.
That's exactly what it is. That's exactly what
preserves
it is.
the format.
You could read it, but you can't mess with it.
Yes. Speaking of read, I'm learning also in Word and other programs that there's a read-only feature. So it removes the editing ability. So the sender can send it as read-only so that if the receiver needs to sign it or something, they can't change anything else that's on it. And that can be useful for legal documents. So
it can be. So you can lock documents. Okay, you can assign people to documents. Let's say I send you a document and I copy Leganzi, but I only want you to make a change, not Leganzi. He can see it. He can't make a change.
Wow.
You're the only one that can make a change. And whatever change you make, when I get it, it says, Kubila made this change.
Okay.
The date and time. And here's what she changed. And it will be in a different color, so I know exactly what you did with the document.
Okay.
So it's multi-layered in Word. It's multi-layered.
Yes, sir. All right, so we've gone through Word and Publisher. Excel is one of those.
Okay, Excel is one of my favorite programs.
In my least.
Okay. The reason, well, maybe because I'm technical. I'm technical. Everything I do is technical. Excel, and I've explained this before, Excel has addresses.
Mm-hmm.
Unlike any other program on the computer, Excel has addresses. It's got little cells. We call them cells.
Mm-hmm.
That's an address. You look down to the left, it's 1, 2, 3 running down.
Mm-hmm.
You look across, it's ABC running across. And it's infinite. So when it goes to Z, it starts with AA.
Oh.
Okay. AB, AC,
never...
and on and on and on, all the way to ZZ.
Oh, wow.
So that's a lot of spreadsheet. But each cell has an address. Each cell has an address.
Okay.
If you understand that each cell has an address, it's easier to grasp a cell. So if you open an Excel, the first cell on the very top left corner is the address is A1.
Mm-hmm.
So if you tell Excel go to A1, it will go right there.
Okay.
So whatever figure is in A1, that's what Excel sees. It's A1. Okay. So if I put 20 million in A1, it's still A1. If you get this, it'll help you.
Okay.
If I put 20,000 in A1, it's still A1.
Okay.
And I put in A2, I put 12. And I go to A3 and I say, I need the sum. I don't tell it the 20,000 or the 12. I say, I need the sum from A1 and A2. I need you to give me the answer in A3.
Okay.
So all I tell Excel is whatever is in A1 and whatever is in A2, give me the answer in A3.
Okay.
So now I can go back, after I write this formula, I could go back to A1 and put 5.
Okay.
Go to A2 and put 13. A3 is always the addition of A1 and A2, no matter what the figures are, because of the address.
Okay.
That's how to deal with Excel.
I think what trips me up the most is, say I want to create a title. I'm creating a table of sorts, and I want to put a title. Well, then my title expands beyond a one block. And so how do I stretch out that cell and all those types of things?
There's a way to put, Excel knows the difference between a picture, a number, and words.
Okay.
So if I start typing, it does not obey the cells. Aha. But if I click in a cell and start typing, I've now constrained the word. So now I got to open the cell. But if I don't click on a cell, in a cell, and highlight the cell, for every cell you click on is highlighted. If I don't do that and just start typing, it will run all over the spreadsheet.
Okay.
It will have its own hold. What I mean by hold, it will have its own handle. So I could pick this whole word and put it here, put it here, and put it there. But if I put it in a cell, I have to open the cell to be able to take the letters.
Wow. Also, putting the lines around, say if I do want to print off this table and I want to have the spaces clearly defined, how do I put the lines around?
Here's the rule of every software. Anything you do, you want to do something to, you have to highlight it.
Okay.
That's the rule of engagement. If you don't highlight it, the software doesn't know what you want to do.
Okay.
You say draw a line where? With what? How do you want, what kind of line do you want? What color? But it's all there. So let's say I create a table that has 5 columns, 12 rows. Okay, I've entered all the information. Now I want to put lines around it. I have to highlight the rows and the columns. Wow. And then I go back up there and say, draw lines. Then you will have a drop down that says, what kind of line? Wow. Do you want to draw a line left, right, center, up, down? Which one do you want? Do you want it thick or not thick? You tell it. So when you tell it, it will do exactly what you tell it to do. Now you have to understand the computer is logical. Okay. It can only give you what you tell it. Okay. You don't tell it what to do. It's looking at you just like I'm looking at you now. Don't know what to do.
Oh my gosh. All right. And I'm looking in the Excel on my phone, and I see there I don't know if this has always been here. They have templates as well, so you can create calendars and budgets and lists and whatever else you want to.
Anything you want. When you go to the search box, when you go to new document in Excel, it will tell you what it can do. Even calendars are in Excel too.
Yes.
Okay.
So many features to learn.
There's so many features. Now, the one feature that I like about is the one feature that I like the most is the simple formula I told you. It's based on sales. It's not based on your numbers. It does what is in that cell.
Okay.
I could put 20 million in this cell and say add it to the other cell. It don't care what's in the cell. It just takes what's in the cell and adds it to the other cell. Whatever it is, it is.
Okay. Yeah, and that's, I think, another thing I need more help on is learning how to apply what formula to what cell, and basically you can also set to ascending or descending the pace based on what the information is, whether it's last names.
It's mind blowing.
There's so many features.
For us who are in the lab, we have a master list. We record everyone that comes.
Mm-hmm.
There's also a sort feature in it.
Okay.
So because right now, this is October. If I want to know how many times a particular kid has been in the lab, I go to the list, I drop down the list, I pick his name, and it will show me how many times he's been in the lab. You can create that in Excel.
Okay, I'm definitely going to have to come see you.
Now, I can use the same list and sort through without repeating any name on that list. How many kids have I sorted this year? It will tell you. Just by one click. Wow. Telling me what the parameters are, it will tell me.
All right.
So I don't sit there and count.
It does all the work for you.
Does all the work for you.
All right, so anybody out there listening,
anybody,
you need some help learning these different computer programs, please come and see Reverend Osa. He will get you squared away.
It's really simple to do. Here's another feature I want to share with you. Remember when I told you about the find and replace feature in the Word?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. In Excel, let's say I have several spreadsheets.
Okay.
And my light bill fluctuates. So when my bills come in, I enter my bills.
Okay.
And I have another spreadsheet that says light bill.
Okay.
Then over here, I enter all the details of the bills. I can link the list here to the budget. So every time I change this number here, it changes over there. And my balance is different every time I do that. When I write the formula, I only have to do it one time. That's what most people don't know. If I write the formula correctly the first time, and it's simple to do, I will always be right all the time.
Okay.
No matter what changes, my formula is correct, I'll be right all the time.
Wow. I
teach people budgeting on Excel. That's the simplest way to know if you got money or not.
Okay.
So you don't overspend or overextend yourself. Put down what you do. I write you a formula. Here's your total. Here's your paycheck. Here's what comes out. Here's what's left. If I spend all of this, here's what's left. So if I change any of this, I look on the bottom. Ooh, I can't afford that.
Okay.
If I was going to pay the phone bill $150, and I look on the bottom, I'm going to be minus 20. Ooh, I can't pay $150.
Okay.
Sure, can I pay you $100 and pay you another $50 next month? I'll stay in the positive because I'm looking at the bottom line.
Okay. Wow. That's
awesome. Excel.
All right. We're getting ready for another break in about 2 minutes or so, but I want to go ahead and touch on PowerPoint.
PowerPoint.
It's a feature that, most people who do presentations are familiar with it, but I think everyone can utilize PowerPoint.
Okay.
No matter what type of business you're in, you can utilize PowerPoint to your advantage.
Okay. PowerPoint is a presentation. That's the word, presentation. For 26 years, I was an innovations manager.
Okay.
Okay. I have patents and all that stuff. When we have a new idea we want to present to a customer, it's done through presentation. Okay. So that means there needs to be some information, there needs to be some pictures or graphics or something that catches the eye. And usually it's multi-paged. It's not one page of, like a Word is not one piece of paper.
Okay.
It's several pieces of paper that you can run on the computer, and it will go slide by slide. We call them slides. We don't call them pages. So, but on this slide, it handles picture different from the way Word or Excel handles picture, because it's designed for pictures. So you put your pictures in, then you have to tell it you want to add words. So you click on the right prompt to add words to it. Now, the interesting thing about PowerPoint is I could put 20 pictures in one page. I could put only one in one page. It's up to me, because I could resize them without a problem. What are you looking at?
I'm looking at the app now because I had to do a presentation for a class in my undergraduate study. And we also had to do some voiceover. So I learned how to create all my slides first, and then
you could put the timing on it, you could put sound on it, you could do all kinds of stuff. You could even tell it how to transition from one slide to the other.
It was so cool. So, all right, we're going to put another pause right there.
Okay.
And when we come back, we'll wrap up our discussion until we're located and dates and the times again of operation. So stay tuned. We'll be right back after these announcements.
You're listening to Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM. We'll be right back.
We're back with Money Matters. I'm Alfred Edmond Jr. Halloween is coming, but retailers are already pushing you to start your holiday shopping early and to spend as much as possible. To get through the holidays without blowing your budget or creating new debt, follow this plan. Make a list in writing of every person you plan to shop for, along with the amount you plan to spend on each person. Some people on your list may appreciate a card or even a phone call as much as or more than they would a gift. Shop with cash only. When you've added up the total cost budgeted for your revised list, commit to funding the purchases without borrowing money. If you can't pay cash only, repeat step 2 until you can. By paying cash only, you will be no deeper in debt once the new year rolls in than you were when Christmas began. In fact, since you know how much you plan to spend, you can start saving toward the holidays right now. I'm Alfred Edmond Jr. for Money Matters, a product of American Urban Radio Networks.
Money Matters is brought to you by Bancorp South, offering checking, savings, loans, credit cards, and wealth management. 5 locations in Jonesboro to serve you. www.bancorpsouth.com or 870-972-9800.
Money Matters is brought to you by the Gears Foundation, a nonprofit organization providing students with assistance in their academic and career pursuits. Gears Foundation on Facebook, Gears_Inc. on Instagram, and the Gears Foundation at gmail.com.
KLEK thanks CJ Pepper and the staff of Life Strategies Counseling Incorporated for helping people through hard times in life such as depression, family issues, stress, abuse, and more. They offer counseling and therapy for all ages, individuals, families, and groups. They are located at 1217 Stone Street. Phone number 1-866-972-1268 or online at lscihelp.com.
Experience the joy with Bishop Adrian R. Rogers, pastor of Fullness of Joy Church, 2120 Thorn Street, Jonesboro, Arkansas, 72401. Wednesday night, Word and Worship, 7 p.m. Prayer Thursday night at 7 p.m. Sunday School, 9:30 a.m. Sunday morning worship, 11 o'clock a.m. And our Sunday night live service at 7 p.m.
From the KLEK Community Calendar, Future for Felons presents Felons in God's Hands Together Rally, October 5th, 2019, at the corner of Cedar Heights and Melrose Street. Time, 10 o'clock a.m. to 12 o'clock noon. Featured speakers are Senator John Cooper discussing what it means to be in God's hands, Representative Monty Hodges speaking about the importance of standing together, and Pastor Joel Thompson talking about fighting with faith. Music will be provided by KLEK 102.5 FM.
KLEK 102.5 FM wants to be active in the community. If you or your organization is hosting a
community service event, we would like to know about it and be a part of it. KLEK will promote your event on air, online, and on social media. KLEK personalities may also attend the event and provide music and or entertainment. Certain restrictions and availability may apply. If you or your organization would like to partner with KLEK to make the Jonesboro community a better place, call 870-277-1080 or email us at klek@klekfm.org. In order for a community announcement or church announcement to be aired on KLEK 102.5 FM, we ask that the announcement be sent at minimum 1 week in advance. Thank you for supporting KLEK 102.5 FM.
KLEK 102.5 FM salutes small businesses. Small businesses promote local character and success, keeping money in the local economy, local jobs, entrepreneurship, community well-being, and so much more. Contact us today to learn more on how your small business could be featured on KLEK for as little as $25 per month.
And now back to Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM.
Welcome back to Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM with my guest, very special guest, Reverend Dr. Greg Ota from New Life Empowerment Development Center. There's a computer lab right here in Jonesboro, Arkansas on Marshall Street. So let's go ahead and tell people where you're located, your times.
We are at 601 Marshall Street, right here in Jonesboro, Arkansas. It's on the corner of Marshall and Belt. Belt runs parallel to Johnson.
Okay.
Okay, so there's a McDonald's on Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we're about 2 blocks over from there.
Okay.
Yeah, runs parallel to Johnson. Well, I'm there. Our official hours, I'm there before 9 every day.
Okay.
Our telephone number is 870-277-1799. 277-1799. If I don't have any clients, sometimes I'm out and about doing some things. If you just call and tell me what you need, we'll make sure someone is there to meet you and give you what you need. Now, also, I need to appeal to churches in the area.
Okay.
This is a ministry. We have about 35 laptops on the shelf right now. The rest of them are on loan to students.
Okay.
We could bring the laptops to your congregation and help you there, or you could send them to us.
That would be awesome.
There's no charge. All we ask is that someone from your church be there with us.
That would be a great service for church secretaries or others in.
Right. We have a partnership with Miller's Temple.
Okay.
Elder Conley's Church. They're teaching their second class now of retired people who want to learn computers. We supply them the computers. We give them the programs we teach, and they go at their own speed. So any church who wants to do this can contact us. 277-1799.
1799.
Yep.
All right. So please reach out to Reverend Dr. Greg Ota. It's never too late to learn something new.
Nope.
And it's never too late to enhance the skills you already have.
Yep. You know, I didn't get my first doctorate until I was 50-something. Didn't think I could learn anything.
Wow.
So anyone can learn at any time, especially a knucklehead like me.
Don't say that.
And I never went to college for computers either. I never went to college for computers.
So do you feel like it came naturally for you, or you just
I don't know about naturally. I think I would a lot of stuff. Okay. The way I got into computers was that in Indiana, where I lived before I came here, they had a program with the housing authority. They had a computer lab. They needed someone just to teach some retired folks not to be afraid of computers. That's how I started.
Wow.
So explaining the same thing I explained to you, the brain, the eyes, the hand, and so it made it easier for them. Then this church that I eventually got called to ministry to, Agape, the pastor called me and said, hey, can you do that here? And he had a 16-station computer nobody was using.
Wow.
That's how I ended up there. And that's how I ended up with computers. So when I'm waiting for students, I'm trying all kinds of stuff with this thing. That's how I learned.
And so now you're here doing the exact same thing.
Oh, well.
Well, similar, but same.
Yeah.
That's amazing. So
yeah.
I hope that people really take advantage of what you have to offer. Then in the summertime, you offer different programs.
Yep, we do.
More structured program for kids.
Yes, programming mainly.
And so, coding. Yeah. And those skills that they can learn will be beneficial for them throughout the rest of their life.
Yes, ma'am.
They can in turn learn how to read code and learn how to maybe create apps and help update and find flaws, or in what do you call them? Flaws, for lack of a better word, in other programs. They may have a piquant interest in learning to be working IT. I'm losing my words. They may, who knows where learning those skills now can take them later in life.
You know, the master plan for New Life Empowerment Development Center computer labs was to teach beginners, intermediate, advanced, and entrepreneur. Okay. So that people who don't want to go to college but they are interested in computers could build and sell computers.
Okay.
Or just run around the city helping people fix computers. That was the original plan.
That would be an amazing business. You know how many times computer locks up, I thought I lost a program, or just something simple, and I just don't have hundreds of dollars to go to a technician.
Right. You know, there's one that lives around the corner from you.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And you could go to K13. They do all our servicing for free for us because we're a 501c3.
That's wonderful.
Yeah. So they're very reasonable. There's a lot of people out there doing this. But we want the young folks who don't think college is for them. Come, let's have a conversation. We have a sister company in D.C.
Okay.
Who does a little at the higher level than we do. We partner with them. If it's something we can't teach you here, we can hook up with them. We have internet. We could do it online. We can teach you whatever you want to learn about computers. Either in-house or we'll get somebody to teach you. And it's all free.
And one thing, as you're talking, I'm thinking, okay, so someone doesn't want to go to college and they're learning these different skills. The skills they learn can open the door for an internship or paid internship, or the company they work for can pay them to go to college to get the certification they need to
in the area they want to be in.
So the possibilities are absolutely
277-1799.
Please call Reverend Osa. Go by the lab. Go see him. Learn some new skills. You'll be surprised at what you can learn and how much fun learning can be. Once you learn something new, it's like a light bulb goes off in your spirit. Like, I'm capable of doing that.
Look, you know, understanding is called light in the scriptures.
Okay.
When light comes, darkness disappears. There's no negotiation. Once you learn a new skill, oh man, you're excited.
Yes, most definitely.
Thanks for having me.
Well, I thank you so much for being my guest today. So again, go out there, contact Reverend Osa if you want to learn Word, Excel, PowerPoint.
We'll help you.
PDF, Publisher. And then also, do you touch on, Google has their own suite of programs.
They do. We don't deal too much either. We surfacely handle it. We'll teach you how to create a Gmail account or Yahoo account or any email account you want. We'll teach you a little bit about internet.
Okay.
And did you know the police department is willing to partner with us to teach the kids internet safety?
That is one. Oh my God, that's a whole other discussion.
Chief Elliott, 3 years ago, he said, whenever you're ready, you let me know. We'll come teach it.
Because these kids are online, searching these websites.
Doing all kinds of stuff they have no business doing.
A lot of parents don't have parental blocks on their computers, and so kids are accessing all these different websites. And then again, this is another conversation we could have. Spyware, malware, viruses.
It's all kinds of stuff.
It's like you open the back. It's like opening up the back door, so everybody just come on in. So we definitely have to have another conversation about how to protect your computers.
It's not enough to learn computers. You have to know how to protect and use the information you come across.
And how to avoid scammers. Now, I ran into a scammer, send us X amount of $100 and we'll remotely do the blah, blah, blah.
Everybody's been a victim to that. So you got to know what phishing is.
Yes.
It's not the F phishing, it's the PH phishing.
We're definitely to get you booked in and talk about those different aspects. So thank you everyone out there for listening. Thank you for supporting. Thank you, Reverend Osa. Hope everyone has a great and blessed day. Join us tomorrow morning at 9 a.m.
Thank you for listening to Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM, a program focusing on the people working to make the Jonesboro community a better place while offering viewpoints from all sides of the issues. The views expressed in this program are those